thought of Jesus as the truth who is a person. And I didn't think of him as love particularly. I just thought of him as truth. Then later I began to experience through Holy Communion and through all the graces that I got, I began to realize that he has this personal love for each of us. That he's not just a teacher. He loves us so much. I mean, I always think of daily communion that way, that he loves us so much he wants to come right inside us. So how could anything be more important than that? But later my sister and mother converted, and my sister, who is a dancer, converted through beauty. And she didn't read apologetics books, she just listened to great Catholic music. And the beauty of it sort of took her. And my mother was most interested in friendship, and she converted through the many friends she made who were Catholic that began to reach her.
I was thinking that your career then originally was in the direction of more of a skeptical, atheistic, like you said, coming up with all the right answers to be able to cut down anybody who had an idea of, to where this conversion, intellectual conversion as well as heart, then sent you off into a love of philosophy and a use of philosophy for the defense of the faith. Is that right? Were you a Thomist? Is that the direction you ended up in? A mixture,
well, no, I'm a sort of mixture of von Hildebrand's philosophy, which is a Catholic, it's called phenomenology, but that's a long, long word. But it's a more contemporary way of doing philosophy, but it's certainly complementary. I mean, I teach the Thomistic central truths of St. Thomas. I always teach as a philosophy teacher. And then also mixed into that would be a sort of Catholic existential approach.
What did you find as you came, besides the fact just the reality of truth, the reality of God, the reality of Christ? Were there any other Catholic issues and doctrines that were hard for you to accept, or aspects of the Catholic faith that were particularly difficult for you to journey in?
The moral teachings were extraordinary to me because I was so immersed in the culture of skepticism and relativism. But I studied them very carefully in ethics, so I came to see the truth of each of these teachings.
The pro-life issues, I mean, would have been a drastic difference from probably where you
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it was considered that abortion was a great gift to mankind in the circles I moved.
So what your old friends think about your journey?
Well, the most important people in my life became Catholics, including my husband-to-be, who came from he came from an Orthodox background, became an atheist in his youth, but was seeking Christ. And his story is wonderful. Unfortunately, I'm a widow, and you can't have him on the program because his story was amazing.
Did you write his story, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. As a little kid, he lived in the Jewish ghetto like you'd see in Funny Girl, you know, that whole area. And one day he walked out of the Jewish ghetto, found the public library, and started reading from A to Z. And he eventually came upon Jesus, and he loved him as a Jewish figure. See, this is the thing. After becoming a Catholic, I realized how Jewish the Catholic religion is and got more in touch with my own Jewish roots. And so he was trying to find this Jesus, and he thought if he married me, who was a Jew who became a Catholic, he'd find Jesus through me, which eventually he did.